What's today? Today's
Day 12.
day 12.
Yeah.
And we are here. We're gonna work on the front door. So we realize that it's a lot of work. Woodwork is a lot of work. So we were gonna create our own front door.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna keep the front door the same and then just reinforce it to make it one piece instead of two pieces that kind of like fold together or fold in, whatever. The door opens and closes. So it's like they're two pieces right now. And then we're gonna do some kind of
Engineering.
reinforce it to make it a big door. So you're gonna take it off the hinges here.
No, it's the inside. Pretty
On
much
the
gotta cut
inside.
up here. What's this thing I gotta cut?
With the angle iron.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That reaches.
So this will be here, a little update on the storage. We are going to not put that on hold, but this week, Ephraim went and learned how to weld, the very basics of welding. And so he's going to weld under the direction of our friend, who is an actual welder. He's gonna weld some storage.
Yes.
What do you want to call them? Like drawers?
Storage containers.
Storage containers for the under. Basically, we're gonna have like
Yeah.
the real deal underneath. And then, so they're gonna think of a date to get those things done, and then we'll finish that off. All right, so we are saying goodbye to this thing. Most of you know what this is if you took a public school bus to school in your time. One more time. I feel like this is what made it a school bus, and I thought it was really cool.
It's like a dramatic effect.
Yeah. The glamorous life of the lavish life. It has begun raining,
Yep.
but work doesn't stop. Rain or shine, hell and high waters.
Stop.
Even if a hurricane came, can't stop, won't stop.
Oh yeah, I was gonna check.
My bun has withered away. It has died. We are probably gonna we bought some spray paint, some copper spray paint, so it gives it a copper look. And I thought of a good idea because we originally bought it to spray paint the locks, the deadbolt on the bus. But then I was like, wait a minute, like this is pretty much all glass, and then it has black, and then. I mean, I don't really want to paint it white because, to be honest, you touch a door like so much and it ends up like being stained and having fingerprints. And all right, so we're gonna use the angle grinder now to remove that. It's like a plate, right?
It's like an arm or something.
It's something.
It's like a plate. I don't know, something like that.
It's something more.
Whatever this is.
That
Right
one.
here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it off right now.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're gonna measure for our steel that's going across. We're gonna put one across the top. We're gonna put one across in the middle and then one in the bottom.
And this is to
reinforce the door to one.
Okay.
Then after we do that, we're gonna have to cut up in here with the angle grinder. And then down here to release the door.
Okay.
And then I'll make it one.
Okay. That actually makes sense because I was asking you. That's why I was asking earlier because I was like, once you separate that part, but then that means that the door was pretty much held in 3 places.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I was gonna cut it with a bandsaw that I have, but I left it at home, so I'm gonna try to cut it as straight as possible with this angle grinder. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so now I'm measuring to drill our holes. I'm gonna use a, what is this, 5/16 maybe? I'm drilling right in the middle of these, and then this will give us enough room for our bolts. So now I'm gonna mark my holes and then drill into the bus. So you just gotta match these holes up. Find your center point, which I marked here, and then I marked on the bus.
Safety first, people.
Safety first. There it is. You wanna film it?
Yeah, I got it. All right, it's day 13. Welcome back, everyone. We are here. What?
I just wanted to make sure it was recording.
Oh. We are here to work on our school bus, obviously. We had to put the deadbolt on the bus.
Yes.
Oh, he's getting a new roof.
Yeah, I think he just got it. He just got it replaced.
Oh. What were we talking about?
The deadbolt.
Yeah, so we are here to put the deadbolt on the door.
All right, so I'm using this template that the block came with, or the deadbolt came with, is a Jimmy Proof one. This is the first step, aligning this template to the edge of the door. I'm not sure if this is the edge or this is the edge of the door, this metal piece.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think I'm gonna go with this. Kind of took this, and then I put this piece on here. This is where this is going. Somewhere on there. We're gonna have to just cut this out, this insulation or whatever this is. So hopefully it works. If not, we're gonna have to re-drill some new holes and start all over again.
In case you guys are wondering what's going on, we had to go back to Home Depot and get an entire new deadbolt, iron plates, and the nuts, screws, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nut screws, and no, we didn't buy washers, but just nuts and screws.
Yeah.
Because our door was completely off, and but we noticed first and foremost that our deadbolt was actually in the incorrect placement. So we drilled a hole through the door for no reason.
Nope.
And so we had to buy a plate to cover over the hole. It does help because it reinforces the door into like one piece either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we actually thought we would get here and probably be done within an hour, and it is almost 11 p.m. Once we got the plates in place, we then could not close the door. Which I don't know about you, but the whole point in having a door is to be able to close the door. So we're putting a handle in the middle of the door now as a grip to close the door. Go ahead.
There's the handle right here.
It is day 14.
Day 14, back at it again.
We are here to put the deadbolt finally on the door.
I know.
It got super dark yesterday and really cold.
Yeah.
So the deadbolt today, that's all we have to do. Oh, we forgot to get the tape.
The tape?
Anyways,
I see, yeah.
we're supposed to just spray paint the inside of the door, but we're gonna change our clothes and finish this little task because we have to work tomorrow and we're tired. So we figured we would update you guys on why in the world we're redoing this again. I don't know if I said this yesterday or I explained it correctly yesterday, so I'm gonna explain it again. We pretty much, what was it, Tuesday, Monday? So we worked on the door on Monday, and today is Sunday, so it's taken us almost an entire week. We are nearing the end. We're putting the deadbolt on right now, but what we ended up doing wrong was, and I'll turn the camera on in a second, is that we, what did we do wrong first?
We unbolted it from up here.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna show you guys.
So we unbolted it from the inside of the bus. There was a screw here holding the door into place. So we should have kept that in place, and then put these steel plates first, and then cut it. But what we did wrong was we took out that bolt that was holding it together. So that made the door like drop a little bit. We didn't really notice. It dropped it by like half an inch. We didn't really notice. So we started supporting with the steel. And when we came to find out that we had to push up the door ½ inch, like it threw everything off.
Yeah.
So we pretty much had to do the whole thing all over again.
Yeah.
Like drill new holes, and
yeah,
it was a mess.
Yeah, it was a mess, and it was pure agony.
Pure agony?
It was pure agony. We've been on this door for 3 days, literally. Today's the third day. So we had to, because we drilled this same hole there, this is the second issue that we ran into. Never, ever, ever, and I mean ever, put a lock on a door and not check to see first if it lines up with the one on the door frame, okay? So that's the issue that we...
See, I went based off of like, okay, like, this is a regular door at a house. Let's just like go from what what the instructions are telling me.
First of all, we're not even regular people, so I don't even know why you would think that. But anyways, go ahead.
So that's where I messed up. I thought it was a regular door, regular wall, and it has this little, you see this right here? It has this ½ inch. This comes out ½ inch. So if this would have been flush, like the bus would have been flush right here, it would have worked. But we were off like, ½ inch. Yeah. At least.
I think we just forgot that we are building a tiny home out of a school bus, not a
residential house.
Not a residential home. So that was the other mistake we made. So we had to buy another iron, basically plate, to cover up the hole on the other side. So we're just hoping and praying that this new hole that we created through our door is in correct position. So we already checked it out. We opened and closed it. And that should be good. Oh, that's another thing we did yesterday. Once we actually fixed the door, so we ended up using a bottle jack to jack the right side of the door up to keep it up, because it was hard for him to hold it or me to hold it that entire time while we were trying to fix like all the positions of these things. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, so we ended up figuring out that we could use a bottle jack. We used a bottle jack. That helped it. But then we still didn't close the door to see if it actually closed. We're like, oh, we're good, we're fine, we got this. We go to close the door again, and it wouldn't close. So we had to then take all these bolts off again, bring the door down, and that's why we've been on this door for 3 days. Not 3 full days, but it sure felt like it. So this is the last step, hopefully. And we just wanted to share our huge mistakes because they costed us 3 days. We should have been done with this door on that first day.
I know.
And we were not. So lessons learned, and if someone can learn from our mistakes and save themselves time and money because we bought extra material, then it's all worth it. Hopefully we're done with this door today. We're not gonna be able to paint it because it's dark outside, but we had to go buy a third deadbolt because I think we cut the tab that goes on the inside that's supposed to interlock with the thing that, I don't know, something that we cut too short. So we're gonna try this again for the third time. Third time is a charm. This thing is what I was talking about. It like has a lock on this side. See, and then this interlocks when you turn your key to turn the actual lock thing.
That's it.